You know, I was looking at the Josephine Baker story about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and what struck me about about Josephine Baker, is the eerie similarities to Beyonce. I say Beyonce is the Josephine Baker of today. Josephine Baker was the first black female superstar in America. And I'm going to put the link in the description so you can watch the Josephine Baker, the documentary a little bit. But man, white men were in love with Josephine Baker. And they wasn't in love with her mind. They was in love with the way she performed on stage, the way she swung her hips, the way she performed, the way she danced, the way she sung. She was the first black superstar performer, female. And white men went crazy over her. Not the white racist men in America, but the white men overseas, especially the French. France. They adopted her and she moved to France, and she married a white man because I guess that's what she was surrounded by all the time, because they the one helped boost her career also. But they just went stone cold crazy for Josephine Baker. And it just reminds me of the similarities of how these white men are fantasizing over Beyonce. You can't see an article on Yahoo without them talking about Beyonce. I mean, they're all up Beyonce's crotch. Everything Beyonce do, these white journalists are talking about it. They just can't get enough of Beyonce. I think Beyonce is just a white man's fantasy. I really do, just like Josephine Baker was. And Beyonce is Josephine Baker all over again. Josephine Baker did something what you call the banana dance. And it was so, nobody had ever did nothing. It was so sexy. The way she was swinging her hips, nobody ever did that before. And it just drove white men crazy. And that's the same thing Beyonce doing today, how she be on stage and moving her hips and shaking her ass and driving these men crazy all over again. But, you know, the media just praised this woman, Josephine Baker. They praised her. Oh my God. She got so much praise overseas. The racist America back then, they were still so segregated that they tried to give her praise, but they turned on her also. But man, all I want to say is Beyonce is the Josephine Baker of today. Very similar, very eerie similarities between the both of them. Yeah, great performers, driving men crazy, driving white men crazy. I actually think Beyonce probably has more white male heterosexual fans than black male heterosexual fans. I really do think that. We know she got the females locked down, lock, stock, and barrel. She got the females, white and black, lock, stock, and barrel. But the people that's giving her this attention is the white male media. They're writing these stories about her, Blue Ivy. They own these websites. They own the media outlets, and they're the one who's just craving Beyonce every second of every day. They can't get enough of this woman, and it's really astonishing because I really don't see what the big deal is. I don't think she was better than Whitney Houston. I don't think she was better than Mariah Carey in her prime. So what? She can dance. And that's another thing, people, I'm sitting here trying to think of a business, but the people that make the people that are most important in this country don't do nothing for people. The people that get all the praise are the entertainers, and they don't do shit. They're not solving. They're not curing cancer. These people are just singing and dancing, or boxing, and they're praised like they're the creator of the universe. So that opened my mind to, hell, man, the entertainers are the leaders of the world, pretty much, and in the sense of being important. Oh, God damn, isn't that backwards? People worship a basketball player more than people appreciate a basketball player more than they do a doctor. For instance, as an example, Michael Jordan. People worship Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan cannot perform heart surgery on you though. But these entertainers, man, so trying to change the world, it's kind of pointless if you want praise. It's pointless. You want to do something that's important in life. If you don't mind taking a back seat to something that's less important, like sports or acting or whatever, then go ahead. But it just shows you how backward this world is that people adore, and the most important figures in this world are entertainers. People that's just good at singing and dancing. Michael Jackson was just good at singing and dancing. No Einstein there. It's stupid. I think it's crazy, to be honest with you. But it just shows you the psyche of people. It just shows you the true psyche of people are African. Africans' biggest Africans' biggest thing is to sing and dance, or to celebrate with drums, beat, singing and dancing. So the whole universe, the whole world is African, because we still put these singing and dancing people at the top of the apex. That's what I see. Peace.